So from the infinite consciousness having experience perspective paradigm, uh, I don't know. Am I trying? Like, is this close I can get to a soldier with this the most with the one he loves across the Atlantic, across the large ocean, whichever one it is. This is the close I can get because I'm not gonna go fight for the international bankers. No, they didn't know. They're just saying they got injured. They still, they didn't know. I get it. They didn't know. But like once you know, you can't do it. I thought I was going to join anyways, but that's as close as I'm going to get in this lifetime to a semblance of what it is. And of course, that's the point. It's a semblance. I can't get. It's as close as I'm going to get. I don't know why. I don't like. Why. But on that mosquito thing, I'm trying to make a point. This has nothing to do with brag, and this, of course, the girl in my mind somehow is why she knows. But it's like it took. I'm talking about minimum. I'm talking about it probably took 6 to 8 weeks. And I gotta make this clear. Like this is no drought. With no matter how it rain, I didn't do anything to it. We're right off the lake. I mean, the lake is feet. The lake is like just a short little hop. The lake off the Mississippi River is just a short little hop away in a small camper with all kinds of cracks. We keep the door open. We ain't got no goddamn AC, and it's summertime. And it took me like about that. I'd say literally. I'm talking. This one time it's not exaggeration because when I realized I couldn't believe like how I had to think about how long it's been since I've been bitten. So I think I felt a mosquito or heard one. And I was like, what the, hey, I've been down here in the Delta, right off the Mississippi River, feet, hard, 100, 300 yards maybe, if that much. I mean, that close to the damn, to the lake, which is part of the Mississippi River. And I haven't even noticed, it was natural not to get, because it's natural not to get bit by mosquitoes. That's probably why you wouldn't notice. And I can't remember last time I got bit by a mosquito. And I might have gotten bitten by one, and that was it. And like that was it for a while after that. It's like an impossibility. You get what I'm saying? An impossibility to be right there off a lake in the summertime and not get bit by a mosquito. So what was that? What's up with that? How did that happen? What I mean, seriously, I'm asking. I'm not. This is no kind of me. Like that really happened. You're saying I didn't maintain a goddamn hallucination of not getting bit by mosquitoes for 7 to 8 weeks. Do you get what I'm saying? I didn't maintain a hallucination of not getting bit. And, my eyes would eventually seen them. I would have been scratching. There's no way to maintain that hallucination with intermittent drug use. When the guy's got, if the guy leaves for 10 days, you didn't have 10 to 11 days, you didn't have meth for 10 to 11 days. You get the point? And my sister's not knowing that. I'm down here to try to save her, and she thinks, and I was 10, 11 days, I'm doing meth the whole time. No, I'm out here stranded waiting for someone to bring my car back. And that's the way that works. Not a stitch of meth, just like, just trying not, I'm hype, trying not to eat up all the food from her. Do you get what I'm saying? He's borrowing the car and I could, make that, and if that's her man, and it's like, I'm trying just to not eat all the food and, it's all I can do because there's, I'm a man and, he eats a lot of food when it's there and it's like, but I'm doing all I can. No matter who bought it, no matter, just like you're stuck there, and it's like you got to take the mama perspective, and it's hard to do when she's like just crushing your heart for no reason. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little bit hard to do when she's just crushing for no apparent reason. So I know it ain't the best I ever did. Nerve shot. I got this unexplainable magnetic attraction or whatever from someone that repulsed me upon when I first meet them. And so I thought it was like, oh, that shouldn't have been. And you overcame that repulsion. This guy was trying to show you, oh, now you can really see her. Because that's what I thought. Oh, now I can really see her now. But now I'm seeing that's the thing. Like I've already been trained not to ignore the real thing when she comes along, where she is in any construct, no matter the distance, especially if it's holographic. And there goes my sister with is that one affirmation names? She always did. Coughing was affirmative to her. Like some said, and she would cough. That was and she belched like a man. I was like, stop apologizing. It wasn't a nasty belch. It wasn't like a food belch. It was like a soda belch. It was like, yeah, I didn't buy it. It wasn't even masculine. It's like, stop apologizing for that. Stop brain fucking me. That's something you can apologize for. Not goddamn fucking a burp. It's not even gas. I can't say that word. You're not even passing gas. It's like, what the hell are you apologizing for? So he's like, brain fucking? Yeah, you could just stop and not even apologize. That'd be better. I don't need an apology for that. Even now, just fucking stop. But this really, really happened. And it took I'm talking about minimum, I would say, extreme minimum 5. You get, and this ain't just because we're not on meth the whole time. Like I just said, just gave like when he took that car away, he was gone, and it was in semblance of getting some eventually because she had to have it, not major amounts, but she was a Adderall user, and she needed it for her condition per se. How it got transferred over, street meth, is another thing. But so that's real talk, and this really happened. Does it matter? I don't know, but this like went around like a realm that had an area that always had mosquitoes your whole life, all of a sudden goes mosquitoless, and you go into environments, especially there at the end before I left, where where the whole environment shifts with you, like and the whole environment knows you, like entire casinos know you, but they adjust according to who you are. Like one night I went in like this little girl out of my league. I would say she's younger, a little blonde, just out of my league. I would think at my age alone, just smiling her ass off of me. I guess according to like the condition I was in. And then the another time I came in, she's kind of not smirking, but just kind of like because I didn't feel that good about myself because I didn't. It wasn't the appearances weren't that much different. It wasn't about appearance. Like I didn't have a good feeling about myself. And this is very specific to this area. More it transferred. I noticed when I moved up, when I came up 70 miles up the road, it came with me. I was running into, there's prophecy about it. I'd run into Hell's Angels on the way. I found rocks. I found a hat that fit me exactly. Like I found a hat that I needed to cover my head with something. And there was a North Carolina hat. And I picked up, and it's like it has 4 sevens on it. Where is that something? Who knows? But it had something about North Carolina, the school. Or no, I don't know. Who cares? It had some sevens on there, at least 3. And it fit me absolutely perfectly. I would stop and pick up rocks that had like markings, like very specific, like they had been written on, like just I don't know, just like what I'm saying, it was like the reason why I was duped into like thinking there was something we were supposed to do together, and I thought one of them was at least have one child, and he would mention how I raped her in my sleep, and then like something about 2 girls. Children falling off the bunk beds, like it was. There's no explanation for it. I've mentioned that before, and I don't know. Just what was that? I mentioned it because of the mosquitoes, was part of it, and it was all down there at the casino area. What it was like, and it got bad where I realized they're just living a loop. But like the casino environment to respond to me, like they laughed at me, like it was like because you come in with your little wee. And it does to all of them. I don't care how big you are. Like even him, even big dong daddy. Mark Handler, depending on me, he would get all shrinky dinky, and that's why I don't. It's like not all the time, but like I rarely could find some that didn't or ran into it. And I got to be real, and it's like I came in, it was like god damn, and I could feel the whole environment laugh at me, and I was like, why I laughed with them because it didn't matter because it's like I had something heavier on my mind. Like I was trying to get her, trying to reach her, and I smiled with them. It was one of the most experiences I ever had in my life. It was like walking around naked, but not. It was like literally walking around naked and being laughed at, but not having to walk around naked and getting the experience anyways, because the experience was I didn't care. There was something so much more important like that was irrelevant to me. But don't get me wrong, dudes. You hadn't done it. No one's unsusceptible to that. The constriction of these things that people say they use for sex it hits them all. And one girl said, "Yeah, that's what it does to all guys." So I don't know why the guy ever told me it was for sex, but so yeah, that does to all guys. Like kind of like why do guys even try to fuck with it? So I don't know. And why does I do that? Because that's real. Because I had the whole. It was the way it was in my sweats or something. Like it was like just where you could like I couldn't hide it or something. And like I didn't care. And that's the thing, it was like this. I got to have an experience I wouldn't have had otherwise. I got to have people laugh at me because of a condition that was temporary with a drug, but yet I got to have the experience. Like, man, when things are really real to you, you don't even care about that. You'll laugh with them. And what was going on? The mosquito thing's real, guys. The mosquitoes were gone. Were not there. And why did they return? Real talk. Real talk. Weeks and weeks. I'm talking over a month. And I remember it was like a 2. It was at least 6-7 weeks. Because when I remembered, I was like, when they haven't bitten all summer, have they? And she meant, because I think she got bit or something. I think I just got bit. I think I got just bit with one. That's how, remind me. It's like, what the fuck is that? And, now, and